This little tidbit can't be good news for the Seals. Jim Proudfoot of the Star was reporting that Jerry Desjardins, the goalie whom Oakland got from the Blackhawks in that big trade that sent Gary Smith to Chicago, he has not worked out at all at training camp in Oshawa. Now, remember last week, we told you that Desjardins was out of the lineup because he had a busted finger. Proudfoot says that Desjardins hasn't even worked out on the ice with the Seals, and the reason is that the goalie's left arm was broken last March while he was with Chicago, has not healed properly. So now the Seals are in the embarrassing position of having only one goaler who has any professional experience, and that's Gary Kurt, the AHL Top Goalie Award winner last year in the American Hockey League. The Seals drafted him from Cleveland, and if they haven't drafted him, they would have nobody with any pro experience, and we really don't know what the heck they're going to do from here. But it turned out later in the week, the Seals would formally make a move on this situation. We said the Seals would do something later in the week. It only took until Wednesday. There was no more talk of the busted digit that Jerry Desjardins supposedly suffered. It wasn't the finger on his left hand that was bothering him. It was the whole left arm. And the Seals were now, by Wednesday, in full cry foul mode. The Seals are insisting they have been robbed, and National Hockey League President Clarence Campbell says that he's actually going to look into the matter. Now, a few weeks ago, if you remember, California traded Gary Smith, and the Blackhawks sent the Seals Jerry Desjardins, Jerry Pinder, and a minor league player called Kerry Bond. Now the Seals say Desjardins is not physically fit to play. Now, you know the story. Jerry Desjardins broke an arm horribly last season, and the Seals claim the injury hasn't healed properly. Desjardins apparently failed to pass a medical examination at the Seals training camp. You got to wonder in this case. The Seals have a rookie general manager, Gary Young, who seems to be all talk and a lot of action, but we don't know if this action is actually good action or bad action for the Seals. You would think a general manager trading for a guy whom he figured to be his number one goalie would do his due diligence and find out if the broken arm had in fact healed. Those of us who saw the tapes of Desjardins being injured and saw how badly he was hurt and read the reports over the summer would certainly have been concerned about Jerry's condition going into training camp. But Young just made the deal based on Desjardins' very, very strong reputation as a National Hockey League tender. And he made the deal and then finds out when they do the physicals that Desjardins isn't even ready to play simply because of that bad arm. This looks like a bad piece of work by a rookie general manager, and now they're going to ask Clarence Campbell to fix it for them. We'll see what Clarence Campbell does on this. Something we do know about it, the Canucks offered a trade to trade a goalie and another player to the Seals in exchange for a forward, and the forward that the Canucks are apparently after is a fellow by the name of Jerry Pinder. Now, the Canucks were wondering if they'd be able to do this with the help of Clarence Campbell or if it would even intervene at all. Campbell told the Vancouver Sun that it depends on the terms of the deal, whatever that means. Campbell said if it's just a routine deal without any warranties, then it's buyer beware. In other words, what Campbell is saying, Gary Young would have to do his due diligence unless the Hawks had taken Desjardins' injury into account, which does not appear to be the case. Campbell said so far the terms of this trade have not been established, and until they are, I don't even know whether I have any jurisdiction in the matter. If California was afforded a full opportunity to determine the player's physical condition, they can't complain if they didn't do it. All I can say, says Campbell, at the moment, is I'm looking into their complaint.